A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Shootin' up! That's right. Look at that PooDoo crew. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Shootin' the PooDoo. And I am here with all of my lovely bro hosts. And of course, that logo you saw is Chris's new handy dandy work. Us three up here. Mark's is in the mail. So is Mike's. I know it is. And Chris is just a genius. The guy always comes up with some of the most amazing stuff all the time. And how's everybody doing tonight?
Yay!
Yay!
Good. It's beautiful outside.
I'm tired but wired. That's what I am.
We had our Mando season finale.
Yep,
we did.
And I know everybody like one of the popular things for all the haters is to complain about times.
What?
And I'm not saying that it wasn't enough or something. I'm just saying I wanted more.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It definitely would have been cool for it to be a little longer.
I'm always here for more.
Especially the season finale, right? Season finale being a little longer, kind of like they did with Picard, which to me, honestly, I think it went on a little too long because they got a little Return of the King at the end of it. I'm like, okay, we got another ending. Oh, we got another one.
And that's our next like pod, and I need to catch up. Is going to be on Picard. We're just going to do a whole Picard Picardathon.
And I'll sit here and smile.
Yeah, because I need that to happen. I know you guys. Raven needs that to happen. She's probably going to be like leading the charge on that podcast. But yeah, it's.
Or I might just talk about Jonathan Frakes the entire time.
Right. Oh,
share is cool.
But this Mando, it's like we got that episode before and the penultimate episode, and it literally just like the way that this started. And I was talking with the Bombad cast about this on Thursday. Shout out to Scotty and Jerry. And Adam Frazier was on there, and we had some really good conversations going. But the one thing was that like, at the beginning of this episode, did anybody else feel like they accidentally like skipped over like something the way it started? It was like almost like like you felt like you missed something. You had to like rewind because it just like started so abruptly that I was just like, wait, what's going on? I'm like, did I
How did it start again?
I don't
it was just like Bo-Katan just running through the hallway and like blasting back at somebody, like literally the way it ended. And I just like I guess it just took me by surprise a little. I'm not complaining. I thought it was awesome. It was literally like they made one whole episode and decided to cut the episode like down at 3/4 and then give us the last like quarter, and we got like 3. You know what I mean? Like it was
like a bad jump cut, basically.
It just like, and that's what I'm saying. Like all of a sudden, it just starts off with Bo-Katan just like getting fired upon or whatever, and I'm like, wait, what? And I thought maybe I skipped over something, and that wasn't the case.
I just want to say I apologize for the laugh there. I just a filthy joke came to mind, and I chose not to tell it, but I had to laugh at it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I apologize for that.
Keith's not watching. We've got confirmation that Keith is not watching. So if you want to throw the dirty joke out there,
as much as I love
Keith, it's too late now. It was a time sensitive filthy joke, and I'm just yeah.
That's right. That's why this podcast is at 9:00 at night, folks. Because this is for kids like Keith who have to wake up for school tomorrow.
Nope.
Yeah.
Right.
Not safe for work. Not safe for kids. But yeah, it was a really, really good like wrap up. It felt like it was almost like weird because it felt like a whole series finale, right? Like it
did.
It did.
Yeah, that's what I got vibes of.
You guys were talking.
Yeah, it felt like not a goodbye, but like a see you later. Situation. Like you'll see me, but like people gotta do their thing. Like a song is coming out, like let them. I may show up there, sure, but like me and this kid are like hanging out for a bit. So
I I thought that it felt that way, but I also thought that it seemed to me to be hearkening back to what so many people have been clamoring for, is go back to those week-to-week little adventures and, have the home base to come back to. So there was a part of me that felt like it was less of I completely get the, see you later, we're just going to go on pause here. Mm-hmm. Like that makes total sense. But I also felt like it was just kind of like leading back to, and when we're back, it's going to be this week's mission and next week's mission, because the IG-11 story is done with now. So they're not working on that anymore. So, and it just, that's the way it felt to me, like almost like they were trying to lead back to that kind of an idea. And I don't know that that's the case. That was just kind of the vibe that I got from it.
Yeah. Well, also, and he ended up being the marshal after all.
Right.
So,
yes.
Right. And speaking of the marshal, the only thing I needed from that last scene was for the marshal to put their head like through the door and say dinner's ready, and then end it. Thank you very much.
Mark, was that you that came up with that? The marshal being IG-11?
Yeah.
It's funny because we were talking about that. I couldn't remember. I was like, did I say that?
Was that me?
I didn't want to take credit for it. But
I think it was.
Credit. He can be right here on PooDoo. Mark guessed
called it.
Yep, called it.
Sweet. All right. I will take credit. Thank you.
Of Star Wars stuff right here on Shootin.
Right.
You guys all remember that in the chat.
But real quick, like Grief wanted Mandalorian. He kept offering this man like a loft like 5 times.
He still gave him a place. He still gave him a summer home.
Well, he also that was the thing. It was like, you gotta take a break, dude. Like he was like
earned.
Telling him to like, bro, look at
self-care, dude.
Like I got a city. Like just relax, man.
And it was nice.
You gotta do stuff.
Right. But it was nice though, because like, while I really love the trend that we've been getting is having these like season finales be something super cliffhangery and intense.
Right.
I love that. But there's also something to be said for like a happy ending. Like,
of course,
our boys have earned a little moment of peace and happiness, and to watch his now adopted son.
I mean, it's funny because
play in the yard.
He was always his son. It's just now it's official, right? It's like, yeah.
Now he's Din Grogu.
And I think that's why, that's what TV is now. Like, they have to leave you hanging. Mm-hmm. And the fact that, we actually have, an ending to an arc being like, hey, they did it. So now they're chilling until next whatever,
It's like
pretty
someone
cool.
in Star Wars can have a happy ending.
Right.
Wow.
Not even that, none of us called this. None of us. No. Nobody. We're off here trying to find a spy. No talking about it at all. There's no. What are you talking about?
I loved that. Totally. Yeah. That was one of my favorite parts. I'm like, no spy.
No spy at all. I was like everybody was wrong. All of our podcast friends were like, let me tell you about this guy and this guy and this guy. And it was like, nope.
Yeah. So the reason I have an answer to the which I cannot take credit for. Thank you, Nikki Kumar. For being there, ready to go with this take on Imperial Senate. The reason that it's called the spy is more so in the biblical sense, where when Moses was looking to plant the Israelites in a new home, he sent out people to scout for a good place for them to settle, a new place to call home, and they were called the spies. They were called his spies. So it's literally just like scouting for a safe place to settle.
That's brilliant.
And that's that kind of spy. See, I'm not up to date on that.
You know what? And the Ten Commandments, still a good movie.
Hey, and now we're getting that in Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, we are.
I love it because
I worship at the altar of Ann Baxter, so you're not going to get me to say
anything.
Guess
what?
I'm like,
it wasn't Grief Karga, right? And guess what, Mike? Guess what, Mike? It wasn't the armorer.
It was not.
It?
Was it? Nope. No, sir.
No. It wasn't.
Still a queen.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
Right.
Put some respect
I don't
on her
trust
name.
people who skin.
That's just it. It did its job, right? Because we didn't know who to trust. And it kept us talking until the episode. Mission accomplished.
I got one person, if Nikki posted that or whatever, put that out there, that idea, this is the spies, and they were right. Dave Filoni sitting there with his hat,
tipping his cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat grew 3 sizes.
This guy gets it.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
my goodness
Yeah.
gracious!
See?
See? Yep.
It definitely wasn't.
You're right.
Chicago. It was not.
Oh,
It was.
Yes, it was not.
It was us
As a matter
jumping
of fact,
to
Green
conclusions. That's all it was.
Daddy Din and Grogu a nice little apartment in the country on the
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah.
Just
They got a front
cool
porch.
little cottage, not an apartment, a cottage. And while his house on Mandalore is being constructed right now, because I mean, why? I was thinking like, well, why wouldn't he just live on Mandalore? Because it's a glass.
This
It's
is
a
my
glass
Mandalore
wall.
house.
The whole they've got one like 3 foot by 3 foot patch of like food, and that's it. You can't live on
It's like
Mandalore right
it's
now.
no Genesis cave, but that's what it reminded me of from Star Trek 2, by the way. That's what it reminded me of when they walked in there, and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
yeah, that's what they need.
You're just looking for the coffin. Like, where is it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So here's something that kind of made me cry after I got off of the Bombad cast. It was the fact that Adam Frazier came up. He said that how do we know that that was Gideon that died and it wasn't a clone?
I've seen this theory
This is pretty cool.
because he didn't have a mustache. And the clones in the Bacta tanks didn't have mustaches either. There's
I
a
like this show.
mustachioed Moff Gideon running around potentially.
Now, here's the thing.
But also razors
Look,
exist. I get
That's what I'm
it.
saying. Or he could have had a shaving mishap, and then
Yeah, at that point, it all has to go.
okay. It's
Maybe,
got to come
Like,
off.
I get it. We're the space Nazis, but I
Yeah.
can't keep the space Hitler stash. I accidentally shaved into it trying to trim
Exactly.
it down.
So
Yeah.
Things have happened.
But it's a cool thing. I mean, that's just the kind of thing that, like,
Dan's done.
again, it keeps you talking, right? It's like anything is possible in this world. That's very much a possibility. I mean, I know some people might laugh at that theory, but I think there's something to be said about it. Okay, well, it's like it made me stop and think. There's that.
Mhm.
You know, it's just they got the world between worlds, and then clones. You can do anything. Like they just.
It's like how the X-Men don't die now; they just keep coming back to life.
Nobody in
It's like-
comics dies, Mark.
That's pretty
money
much
to
it.
be made.
The Death Star, we
Yep.
made it bigger. Gideon, clone. Palpatine clone, stupid. Oh my
Exactly.
god.
Get chopped in half. You come back with spider legs. It's fine.
Oh, stop.
It's
As
fine.
they do.
It's all fine.
Cover your ears. Earmuff, Chris. Earmuffs.
Muff them up.
Space
Yes.
Calloway.
Absolutely.
Cab Calloway.
Oh,
I will
Lord.
miss Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah.
That dude is counting the money
I
right
love it.
now. He's like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got more roles now than I think I've ever seen him. If he's on this, he's on The Boys. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like he keeps popping up everywhere.
He
Like just like Pedro Pascal too. Like these guys are doing so well for themselves right now. I'm so happy to see the work, because at one point you would only get to see them like, embody one big character, and that would be it. Now they would be that for a long while, but here we are. So
Mm-hmm.
look at that. When getting returns, you will have the Force.
And it's so one thing I love about him, this is random, not actually like content related, but I love how in person and at these like conventions he exudes so much warmth as a person.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
in every
Yeah.
single role, he is the most menacing.
He totally
I'm like
is.
complete opposite of your energy in person, good
Yeah.
sir.
Mhm.
him play like
Love
a warm fatherly character. Like he's always this like sociopath, like cold, calculated.
he's been gold
killer.
since I've known him in
Yeah.
acting. Like
The first
It's the way
time-
he
the first
talks, the
time I-
delivery. It's like,
Delivery.
the
Yeah.
way, the cadence, everything about the
Yeah.
way he talks.
It
he's
really
in
It's
that
like he
high
really
show,
kn-
he's a good guy.
He knows how to do this so well. It's like,
That he
My
does.
first experience with him was in The Usual Suspects, and he's a
yes.
cop. So
Yes,
and he
exactly.
doesn't really do enough to like warrant any kind of real opinion about him. He's
Right.
got his.
And he
four
was
lines
perfect
and
for that
that's it.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was great, but it's just
Yeah.
like you can't really judge the character at all on that like smidgen of information you get.
So, what do you all think about the Darksaber being destroyed?
That's fine.
It's fine.
I
Whatever.
can-
Next. Anyway.
I can't use it.
I'm as like an animation nerd, I was like, man, that thing's fun to watch go.
It is fun to watch.
It is a beautiful.
I think that's true, but I think
yeah.
I think it kind of backs up what Din was telling Bo. That
they didn't give a shit.
It's a symbol. I mean, how many times have we seen that in so many movies? That is just a symbol for something. It's not the actual thing itself, right?
Again, what Din was.
And let's be real, the actual ownership of it right now is so messy in like, let's just crush it. Let's just crush it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who officially has claim to it based on who they did not murder,
The giant diamond from Snatch.
And I do think it was a mess that didn't need to happen, and people just take things entirely to, like there are different ways of the same thing happening. You know what I'm saying? It's, it was one of those kind of things where it's like, okay, I think you guys are missing the point, like totally missing the point here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me.
And it was funny because like Din, like you said, Raven, they were taught not to care. Like they didn't care about that lightsaber, the armor, and the children. The children of the Watch were just taught to like, character and honor and loyalty, serious, horrible indoctrination. And everybody needs to keep people away from them because how dare they teach that kind of stuff? But yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Chris, bringing up my boy Isildur. The blade that was broken.
But see, that's exactly what I was thinking, Chris. I was actually thinking that, like, I love the poetry, and I said this in upcoming Dando, that the beauty of that lightsaber is that when it was made, it brought all of the Mandos together, the clans, all the warring clans, everyone came together. And then with its destruction, there was a reunification of all the, the clans that were left, but the Mandos came together. So it's like, it's going to be like one of those museum pieces further down the road on Mandalore when it's big and beautiful again, like this Darksaber, full circle, Star Wars poetry.
Or, and if they were to try to recreate it, or something like that, that would still be a way to nullify the big brouhaha about who should or shouldn't have, but yet it could still go on to be, the mythical piece that it is, as it were. I mean, Thor's hammer got busted too, but, we're all there for Stormbreaker.
Sorry.
Us? No.
And what's your point?
And you're watching it, Nick.
I asked Nick to come on. I asked Nick to come on, and he said he couldn't. He turned me down.
Yeah, because we're a bunch of
nerds. He
nerds.
wants to heckle from the cheap seats. That's what he's doing.
That's right. He's here for the cheap seats.
He was like,
oh,
his voice was pretty good.
Oh, what was really cool in this episode? How about letting my boy Axe Woves actually do something? And it was amazing.
That was like
jetpacks into space.
That was
the Wolves drop.
There wasn't. Drop? Yeah. Woo. The Wolves drop.
The Wolves drop.
The Axe drop.
The Axe drop. There we go.
There you go.
There was a lot of really good action for the jetpack scenes. It is a fast, high speed moving situation. And I think it's one of the few places where jump cuts can work because of just what's required of these guys moving. But I thought the action was really good. I like that they showed multiple people getting in on the action. It didn't just focus on one person, so you got to see different things. The knee rockets were, oh my God. We all hope we will be sexy like that one day in our lives, but I'm just saying. But yeah, I just thought that action of that entire scene was so well done and so easy to watch and understand, as much as you can or whatever. But like, I really enjoyed that part. The little action, lover in me was just in my chair the whole time. It was great.
This is how bad someone has a problem, is that they will buy broken merch.
The crushed hilt of the Darksaber.
We're all guilty of it. someone at home just probably just crushed their Darksaber and was just like, I'm not spending the
Look
money.
at him, sell this on Etsy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Incredible.
Oh dear Lord.
So
I'm here to stand
I
for a
wanted to-
broken toy.
So back to I actually was with Axe Woves and the Axe Drop, right? What do we think? What do we want? Axe Drop or Holdo maneuver?
All right.
Oh,
Holdo.
Holdo.
Holdo maneuver. Yeah.
See, I went.
You mean axe drop?
Yeah, I went Axe
You
Drop
know,
because
buddy.
Axe saved because he freaking jumped out. I was like, he saved himself. But anyway, Holdo was great. The Holdo maneuver was way more spectacular.
Oh yeah.
Like with that like sound and that shit in space. Like I was so blown away in the theater.
And
when that
unexpected. That
Right.
too.
It was
like-
just such a
like
ballsy
flying.
move. It was so ballsy. It's just
What?
the kind of thing that just people
And
just don't do until they have to, and when they do,
Yeah.
it can be really.
And what
cool.
makes it more badass is Holdo did her maneuver knowing she was sacrificing herself, and Axe did his knowing like he was just going to bust out that window with his jetpack.
My
Right.
sacrifice.
Well,
he needed to-
Singing Creed.
in Axe's
Rogue.
defense,
I'm singing Creed.
it's the thought that counts.
So
Okay.
funny. I went with Madonna. I'm so okay. I'm okay. It's a sacrifice.
Dude, wait for it, Claire. Wait for the music video. My sacrifice.
Was that Creed?
Yeah. It was.
Yes. All
Good.
day.
See, and I was thinking Elton John, so that's
Those guys were
Also, hella gay. Okay, let's get
Well, some of those lyrics kind of fit for Axe Woves' maneuver.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
above
Yeah.
all the
But you're right,
others.
though. It was so cool to see him get more.
You
more,
can see when he was
Brings tears
rocketing
to
up
eyes.
to the thing. I could say, "Can you take me?"
Dude, I'm telling you, dude.
I better see an influx of TikToks with Axe Woves and Creed music. Okay.
Seriously, you gotta make it happen. Absolutely.
I want to see it. It was cool though for him to have that action. It was cool for him to have that, to show again, show that leadership. We have people that have these titles, in those little moments that we get to see them actually be those things, be the leader, be the one in charge, and how they handle that, because I think it just makes for truer storytelling when you can, when you can really see that all of these people who might someday be competing for leadership of the group or recently did. And again, this is, thinking from the normie fan point of view, all they know is what they've seen in this show. So, what a fantastic opportunity just in that little moment to see, the heroism and the leadership qualities and, critical thought and all the other things that go into, a move like that, which is, I agree, almost as cool as the hold on maneuver, but not quite.
It's almost good. I mean, but with Creed behind it, though.
But with Creed behind it, it might take the cake.
Just
I don't know.
saying. My sacrifice.
My goodness.
I have an amazing Creed joke for later.
I would look
But see,
Okay.
the thing I liked about Axe was they set you up making you think, like with the whole spies thing. It was like everyone was like Axe has been kind of like a dick, he's a dick to Paz. He's kind of just been a dick, and it's just made you think that he was possibly a spy. And then you get to see that he's actually this like dude who's willing to do all of this shit for the people. I mean, just the way he was acting when he jumped on that ship, he's like, yo, they're getting attacked down there. Like, we got to get that, he was just like running shit and getting shit done. And I was like really happy to see him be so, I guess, like emotional about it all, where he was really into the moment. This meant a lot to him. Even when in the previous episode, when they saw the planet, when he was talking about being there, when all that went down. So it was just to see that side of him when, you kind of saw him being a dick up to that point. It was cool. You got to see like when push came to shove, like he gave a shit and it, put it all on the line. It was good. I liked his development with that.
Yeah, I'm real proud of that guy because I was like, he gonna shoot somebody next episode. If you would have told me he was going to be doing all this, and then for that, I'm like, get out of here. I suppose he's portraying somebody because of my plan. That didn't happen.
And so, and then correct me if I'm wrong. We didn't get to see Pedro's face all season long, correct?
Not at all. It's the first
Which
time.
is really
Don't
odd.
you think we got enough with The Last of Us? Come on now. Are you being
There
greedy?
is never, ever
think.
going to be enough of that Punim.
I'm
Come on.
trying to help you out here, Pedro. I'm trying to help you out.
I also think that's why they put his stuntman in the credits because he wasn't there for a lot.
I think so. Seriously, like his voice work. I mean, I'm so glad that they had that going on. But yeah, I don't think he was present for a lot of it. And then maybe that's where the rumors started about like he's not really involved with the show. Blah 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 blah.
Right.
You know, I mean, I get it, right? But I mean, prior commitments. Because really a lot of it can work that way, right? You know. I mean, and that's fine. I mean, I just miss him. I miss seeing him as part of the show.
Same.
Because, again, one of the biggest moments in this whole series that reduced me to freaking tears was seeing Grogu touch his face. And now I will never, ever forget that. That was just one of those moments that's like, it doesn't have to be about ships. It doesn't have to be about pew-pew or lightsabers. It was the moment this little green creature touched his papa's face. Okay?
And we had another moment like related to the Pedro reveal in this episode when the first time his face comes off, IG-11, goes to heal him, in season 1, and he sprays him with the Bacta, and his daddy goes down in this episode. And he's just like on the IG-11, like spray.
I'm making it better.
I love that.
It was so sweet.
I'm all right. Like, knock it off.
Oh, I know what to do.
Yo, what did you guys think of
work?
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, with the stunt double work that we were talking about, I remember when I was watching the episode when Gideon and Din were fighting at the end. I'm just like, okay, so Latif's getting a lot of work today, but who's the other guy?
Yeah.
Because I was like, maybe Pedro did show up that day just so that Latif could be Gideon and throw him around for that one portion of the fight where he was just continually getting thrown around. Like there was no good move for Din for like a while there. Yeah. And I'm just like, Latif's in Gideon's armor, kicking the crap out of probably Pedro because he doesn't have to do anything. Not really, but that was my thought process at the time.
Man, when that figure comes out,
keep winning.
That figure drops.
Oh yes, absolutely. That's gonna be gorgeous.
Jeez, everyone.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about the droid, the mouse droid police and the hands up situation with our
best part of the episode?
It was super cute. I mean, I love a good mouse droid, so there's that, right? You had me at mouse droids.
The memes from this have been glorious.
Those little guys need their own little animated series, okay?
Yes.
Seriously.
Oh my god, yes.
Your little animated shorts with them, little adventures. It's like, come on,
Did anybody know that they had little lights like that?
I had no idea.
No, I didn't.
Did not know they were part.
What? Honestly, little gang of mouse droids, what did you think you were going to accomplish?
I would agree.
They were trying to box him in, I guess. They thought maybe he was going to give up.
He's like, great, boxing me in. I can continue to do my thing.
Flashlight cop.
Exactly.
And then let me use my little rockets. Bye.
They tried to do their best. They're just little Roombas. That's all they do.
Flashlight cops telling them you can't skateboard.
Imperial like Imperial Roombas. Yeah, there you go. I love it.
I mean, you can't find any Trandoshans, but mouse droids, he's all there for it.
I'm trying to land this kickflip, man. Get out of here.
Oh my god!
But what do mouse droids? What are they for? Like, what is their actual function?
I thought they were for trash. I thought they were like maintenance.
I literally think that I thought they were just little vacuums that just run around.
They gather little creatures to make sure the rodent levels down.
I can honestly say I've never given it any thought.
But they're like security, though, aren't they? Though, like monitoring or something of like the hallways or something is what I keep thinking. And then they're able to transport something inside. I think there was a story, if I remember correctly, it was a story about a mouse droid. In one of the PLB books. So,
there was,
yeah, the Facebook book. So yeah, no, yeah,
Chris would know. Chris knows this kind of shit.
But that's just it. I mean, it's so fun that those little characters were introduced so long ago now, and they're still
Yeah.
around, and they still provide comedic value, right?
Mhm.
So
I need a
yeah, I
t-shirt.
love those
really
guys.
Never
need a
get old.
t-shirt of them
Now,
surrounding.
if we can just get some
R5.
Ewoks to come back, I mean, it would have been nice for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, but what do I know?
Yeah. Well, there was a photo meme I saw of him like speeding down a highway with the mouse droid
Yes,
behind
that's
him.
the one. Yeah,
That's the shirt.
Oh
you
my
want.
god.
Wookie Nuts
Yeah.
posted that
Oh,
Star Wars
no.
Photoshop.
It was like
page.
5
Yeah,
of them. He's
funny.
I
like
love Wookiee nuts.
zooming.
they're the best. I
Get
love
the
their
nitrous.
stuff.
Oh my god.
Florida mouse
So funny.
droids.
Star Wars Roombas. That's funny.
Vin
It
Diesel
is.
shows up.
Good lord.
Sick, dude. Family.
There we go, Vin Diesel.
Stupid.
And then John Cena's there.
I would go see now. My immediate thought is I would have him chasing Smokey. The bandit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cannonball Run.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Cannonball
Hidalgo
Run.
shows up on a horse. Like,
So, what do we think season 4 is going to be?
far
Something
away.
that happens after
Yeah,
I can really
I'm
get the
pretty
discount.
stumped. It's like, because here's the thing, they left it to where this is done for now, right? Whatever this is that we got up until this point, we're done here for now.
Mhm.
Now we go into Ahsoka, right? And I'm
Mhm.
sure that Mando will pop up in there somehow, right?
I would
So they're going to
love
bring him back into the fold. And then that
Right.
connects to whatever's the next story
Yeah.
after that, right? And then we end up in the Mando movie so they can have the big crossover event. And have it
Well,
in
and
there.
then they can have the time jump as well, right?
Yeah.
For
Mhm.
anything to really change on Mandalore, it's not going to happen overnight. They're going
No.
to have to.
Exactly. Want to come back so they have a little In-N-Out burger,
Yeah,
there's
dude.
Starbucks.
Once the Starbucks there, we can start again.
A Jubilee.
That's Starbucks.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my
Like
god.
once they're
Yeah, dude.
civilized, we'll do
Two-
that.
Two pubs. Two pubs.
Two pubs.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can't get crowded now.
Come
When
on
does
now.
Ahsoka,
Trying
slated
to
to
drink
come out?
here.
Ahsoka 20
Yeah.
or it's August
August.
when
August.
Ahsoka's coming out.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Visions coming next, so we'll have that, and that should be
Amazing.
pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
But what's in between Visions and
I think it's
Ahsoka though?
Secret Invasion. I think.
Okay, but nothing Star Wars
Nothing
related.
Star
So we're
Wars.
gonna
Nothing Star
we're
Wars
getting a
related.
little break
I
then
thought you
over the
meant
summer
Disney,
then.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, a
Okay.
little bit.
Okay.
Just a
I want to
little bit.
make
What
sure
will
we.
people
Oh,
complain about?
Jeff. Best Starbucks. That's much better. That's
Best
much better
Starbucks?
than Death
Give
Starbucks.
this man $1
I
million.
agree.
Best Starbucks. That is what it is.
I like it.
Give this
I
man
love
a
it.
I thought
bajillion
that said Bear
bajillion
Bucks,
dollars.
which is what they
Yep.
call the Starbucks
good.
on the Castro where the bears used to hang out at.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've covered everything from this season finale. Is there anything
Okay, we're
we
done.
missed?
See you night.
I have one thing.
Claire's got a thing.
My feelings, all of my feelings that I felt when little Grogu did the Kanan Jarrus force protect my friendos from the fire
Oh.
move.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yes.
oh my god. I was like, oh my god,
Yes.
Kanan Jarrus. But I was also like, oh, he's
It was
such
beautiful.
a good,
It
strong,
was
sweet
really
boy.
It was so awesome.
So
It
awesome.
was, it was at that
Favorite-
point that's
favorite
like
moment.
everything that he had gone through, all that, and then you thought about it. It's like, look, Luke, this is what that time did, right?
Mhm.
I hated
Right.
them being apart, the idea
Right.
of it, but then he was able to come back and he was able to do this. A lot of that
Mhm.
that's kept him mentally blocked is now starting to fade away, and now that he has a home and everything, it's going to be even better for him. It's like, oh,
Right.
beautiful.
Absolutely.
Love. Love,
Put a
love.
little bow.
How
in it.
did you? Oh man, yeah, it was a really good ending. I'm really excited to see like those two now continue their adventure hunting down Imperial remnants, because I guess that's what it's going to be like.
Mhm.
The Rangers of the Republic show got canceled, and that's what her deal was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Supposed to be hunting down. Cara Dune was supposed to be hunting down Imperial remnants. That's like basically, I think that's what the
Mhm.
premise was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is going to tie. So, judging from people who were in the room that I've spoken to about the Lucasfilm showcase,
Mhm.
it sounds like the Dave Filoni episode or movie is heavily implied to be like Thrawn centric and heir to the Empire
Right.
And I think that is what we're building towards in hunting down these Imperial remnants. And that's a perfect excuse for Din and Grogu to join up somewhere with Ahsoka, Ghost Crew to find the Thrawn dealio. And
I'm telling you right now, Claire, that Purrgil silhouette we saw at the beginning of the season literally foreshadowing, telling us that Thrawn is coming back.
He's back, bitches.
He's totally back. The Purrgil are back. That means Thrawn is back. They're a very rare species. It's not like there's schools of those things out there. I think there's only like one, maybe pod of those things around. And seeing one, big deal.
Big deal. So, also, that means where'd Ezra go? Come on,
buddy. Right.
That's coming up too.
I want to know where the hell. I want to know where the hell these freaking Purrgil took them to. Like, I want to know exactly where they hyperspace jump to. That these whales go. That maybe is uncharted parts of the galaxy that like nobody knows about. That's why they're not seen often, because they go into parts of the space that no one has ever been to.
Yeah, the unknown regions where the Chiss came from, potentially. Right. You know, where the Ascendancy's located, and Exegol and the Grisk and all that stuff out there. There's a lot out there that we've barely touched.
I love Uncharted.
I do too.
George and Gracie took them to Monterey Bay Aquarium.
So good.
But you're right, though. It's like if we get that something new, right? Like some batshit crazy planet that or existence out there that we've yet to see, right? To see this whole side of Star Wars that is yet to have been explored, and we have Ezra to tell us about it, or wrong, whatever. And then how did they get back? Like, how did they obviously they had to figure out: are we working together? Are we going to come back together? And then he betrayed Ezra, right? Is what I'm thinking in my head, but who knows?
Yeah, and I want to see what, like, wherever they went, like, has done to them. Like, what has this little Purrgil trip, and what has it done to them? I mean, it seems like Thrawn might come back just being Thrawn, or maybe Thrawn comes back and he's even a little different too. But like, what toll has this taken on Ezra? What's he going to come back as? So that's really super freaking interesting, because how long has it been?
Yeah.
Right? 64 years.
Like, it's been a while though, right?
It's
like
been 84 years.
84 years.
You win, like you and I.
What is that from?
Yep.
Titanic.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Titanic.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, there's so much in store. Ahsoka is going to, I think, break the galaxy wide open with all of this like live action storytelling. We've gotten so much stuff like with Andor when it comes to like the politics. With Mando, we've gotten so much what's going on with like Outer Rim stuff, but I think Ahsoka is really going to show us like the Force, what's been going on with like the Force and everything. Like,
that'd be neat.
I think it's going to dive so much more into that aspect, and that's what I'm pumped about. The world between worlds, Mortis, freaking, the Purrgil. I don't know. Just saying, like, I can't wait to see this goddamn show, and I'm so happy that they've come up with this. And I think this was like maybe Kevin Feige helping that, making the Mandoverse. You know what I mean? Doing what they're doing right now, how they're tying all of this stuff together, and then now they're going to do a movie. I literally feel like,
I heard that was a rumor that he was involved.
No. I mean, like, I'm just saying,
like his style.
Like
Or
I'm
the,
just
like,
thinking,
the
like his
approach?
style. Like I feel like they
Okay.
just took a piece out of a page out
Oh,
of
okay.
his
I
book.
thought you was like, he's there.
And-
I'm like, what?
No. I'm just saying the way that they're doing it, it's very like they're tying things together like Marvel would do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So just
Roadmap.
using they're using that formula to like bind this part of the timeline together with all these shows and now a
works.
movie that's going to culminate like a lot of what's we've been seeing, which is what the fuck with like Filoni's like Avengers, Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Sure.
That's
version
kind
the
of what it's
Avengers.
shaping up to be,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Boba Fett, Ahsoka, they're all like teamed up.
Mando, Grogu,
Right? Like,
so
man-
yeah,
Oh,
Mhm.
Sabine, Zeb now.
Mhm.
Dr.
Yeah.
Afra.
I
Can we?
wish.
Yeah,
I wish.
When?
because we know we
Look,
got
you
Black Cat,
cowards.
man.
Look, bring me Afra, and I will be so happy. Oh,
Oh,
they
dude,
need that chaotic energy. They absolutely
I-
need that in there. Oh,
the
You're
hope
right.
Gimme,
for
gimme.
Dr. Afra immediately jumped into my heart when we got Black Chrysanthemum.
Right?
You understand?
that's
Like,
true.
that-
Yeah, that is very true.
that was
Okay.
when the hope was like, oh my God, they could do this. This is it.
Uncle
He knows
Steve,
her.
man.
They opened the goddamn
Yep.
doorway with
Give her a
that.
call.
Yeah,
Uncle
for
Steve
real.
Right
knows
here.
her.
Oh, Michael, been watching Beef? Love it.
Dude,
I
that,
hear.
don't
That show
even get
was
me
great.
started on. I binged it in 2 days, and I was like,
Wild.
"How'd y'all do that?
Yeah,
How'd y'all write this show and then make it?
it's
That's
so
bananas.
good. It's
I gotta
so
watch
good.
it.
good.
Yeah,
It's
Incredible.
so good.
it's
And
good. I
David
did
show
start
was
watching.
like amazing.
Mhm.
I want to see it. Yeah, I started watching The Diplomat with Kerry Russell. 'Cause
Heard that's banging too.
Is it
yeah.
good?
it's actually pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not like the biggest Kerry Russell fan, but like I did like some of the stuff that I saw her in The Americans. But it's just like it's not like I was ever
Right.
super big into Phyllis
wanted
when
to
it was
see
out
The
and all that.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
Right.
okay, it's like I'm seeing you for the first time. Let's see, and then I'm like, I didn't know quite what to think at first, and I was like, okay, I'm on board with this. This is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, but it's an interesting show.
Nice. I saw the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. I know you
Nice.
wanted to talk about that.
It was a lot of fun and like
Good.
charming and smart and like it's just proof that like Last of Us was like, hey, these video game shows can work, and now Mario was like, we in here, and Nintendo's like, apparently they recently said it was like we're going to go for it now. So
Yeah.
who's about to make $1 billion? Like it's like
No, that's good.
739 million or something like that. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Would
It's
that,
weird
like,
that it even took this long, to be honest. You would have thought this would have happened ages ago.
what a
Oh, they
Mario?
were like-
Mario
Yeah, you would have thought this
Yeah.
would have happened a
Animated
long time
movie.
ago. It's like
I
it's a
thought
trip.
I thought the same thing, Mark. I was like, I'm like, I'm so surprised. But like with Sonic,
Yeah, and Sonic
This
had
was
people
fun.
in it. Like this
Sonic
was a
was
full
so much
CGI
fun.
I
movie.
love Sonic,
Right.
dude.
Sonic
I didn't
was fun,
think I was
yeah.
gonna like it, but I watched both of them and I was like, fuck, this is funny.
Knuckles
as
is
Both-
getting a
both of them
spin-off
are
for
fun.
Amazon, I think, or Paramount
Mhm.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saw
no, both of those movies were so much fun. I'm glad they made them.
that. After
And now
seeing it,
the
yeah.
original Sonic is a joke. Poor thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah. But
Well,
now,
so- yeah, go ahead, Mike.
now that this is turning out, there's hope for Zelda's the ultimate goal, right? I mean, let's
Wow.
not even
Yeah.
sugarcoat this. I'm not even
You're
trying
right.
to go to Zelda. Like let's
could
let's baby step it. Like give me like a Star Fox movie.
I agree.
Go for it. Go
Don't
for Star
you
Fox.
Dare touch
Right.
Zelda until you've
Right.
perfected the system.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
if it's bad,
yeah, it's
I
gonna be
I will be broken.
I want a dark version of Zelda.
I mean, Twilight Princess is the one you're
Mm.
looking at. Then.
Yeah.
That movie,
Look,
that,
I
that,
want
that
like a-
game is
It's
one
so-
color.
I want a live action
Yes.
dark version of Zelda.
Yeah, I want that. I mean, I want Metroid really, really badly. Like
Mm.
Brie Larson is like, let me play Samus like 50 times now, and Nintendo's like, Marvel girl wants to be Samus, eh? I mean, with this happening, who knows? You know,
Samus, dude, Metroid would be a great
So
one
cool.
with
Like-
special effects now. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
and Mario again, like the writers of the Lego movie. So if you saw that and had a good time, just same flavor.
Yeah,
And it's the
okay,
Teen
good.
Titans showrunners directed it. So like,
Oh,
And Jack Black, you said, just kills it.
it's like I don't
He's
look
had a
at Bowser
whole
the
new
same
breath.
now.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Like,
That's cool.
I love to get Bowser the same. And the score, like, whoever they got to be like, we need these songs for these moments. And they're like, just little jingles. Make you go, like, it's a lot of that. It's that. It's like the DiCaprio meme every 30 seconds. Like, it's like, they're like, I need more arms to point. Like, it's. and I'm telling you right now, you barely notice that it's Chris Pratt. Like, I'm not even like, oh yeah, this is Chris, like 3 times.
He was the one I was worried about.
Yeah,
he was
he's
the one I
fine.
was worried for.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Charlie Day's Luigi was like
Iconic.
I'm like, dude,
Had to be.
I already love him. And I'm like, he can do no wrong to me. And this new movie looks great. Fool's Paradise.
Is there like an Italian?
How's Keegan-Michael Key?
Any type of Italian accent?
Keegan-Michael Key with a pitched up voice to play Toad is like my favorite part of the movie.
Oh
he
my
was
God.
so good.
Yay!
Wow.
And he has a little backpack and he's like Captain Toaded out, like this frying pan, and just like, like
Yes.
Mario being like, why are mushroom people like he's like, what? Like, you know, it's very, very well done. A lot of cool cameo voices. I had to like, who's that? And you IMDb, you go, oh my God. And you go, and who's that? And you're like, oh my God. And it's like, yeah, it's really, really well done. And I was like, there's 2 post-credit scenes, like,
Oh, okay. Good to know.
like, yeah,
I love that one. I love
fun.
I love the trailer moment with those penguins, and he's like, "Do not
Dude.
encroach any further," and like
And
they were
that's-
acting so badass.
And that's Carrie Payton, who's Cyborg, Teen Titans. Like, it's the same, you know.
Oh,
Like,
that's
he's
awesome.
doing the King Ezekiel voice. Like, that's cool. Yeah, but the penguins were hilarious. Everybody was funny. Bowser just Kevin Michael
Did
Richardson
they
is like
set it
the
up
wizard
for
guy.
another one?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
gonna
this is
make-
a franchise.
It's Illumination, dude. These
Yeah.
guys can
Yeah.
make this
They made 80 Minions movies. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
And,
set
like,
for a
even-
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
And
the
they've already
Illumination
made their money
opening was good.
twice.
Yeah, dude. And Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach was awesome.
Oh,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And,
I
like,
forgot
and
that she
she's
was
like-
in it. That's right.
Oh yeah. And it's like all the cool like internet Peach lore is like there. She's like a total badass and shit. Like,
Oh shit! I
Stress,
want to see
you're
it
like,
so bad.
yes!
I can't wait till it comes to stream.
oh yeah, it's
See
gonna be
it, yeah.
so cool on the
Hope to see
couch.
it
Like,
sometime soon.
I went to the theater 'cause I had like I was at a free night and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" It was like, "All right, let's go see Mario." But you're gonna have so much fun on the couch watching this movie.
Yeah,
Like, you
nice.
may rewind stuff and be like, "What did it just do here?" And
And
like,
it's
you know,
probably, dude, the amount of money this is probably going to make the second it's released, like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gonna be out of
Mhm.
control.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
merch-
Seth Rogen as
merch.
Donkey Kong was like,
Oh yeah, Seth
Amazing.
Rogen as Donkey Kong.
and they're saying they
Okay.
want to give him his own thing now because
Which I'm sure they
Yes.
will. I'm
Yeah.
sure they will, right?
Donkey Kong
Yeah.
Country was.
And then you get Donkey Kong
Insane.
Jr.
Oh.
and it's like, oh, yeah, give me.
My guy. A dark Zelda movie that looks like the Dark Crystal. You can't just
Or-
throw
Oh.
comments out in the chat without warning me or
Yeah.
easing me into something like
Getting
that
back
because
to
that is
Zelda,
just
like-
I can't. You can't.
Dark Crystal is cool, but I need Studio Ghibli to do a Zelda movie. Period.
Who?
It needs to be Studio Ghibli
Ooh,
with
okay.
Nintendo's blessing. It has to be an anime studio. Like, it has to be.
Oh.
Like, and
Oh,
it
you
has to
want it
be like
anime.
top-notch actors doing it
Oh.
and everything. I want it. I want
You've
it.
already got like an epic
Oh.
score. It just needs to be adapted for the film, right?
Literally
So
the
there's
best
that.
video
All
game
of
music of all time.
All
of
of
all
it.
I
time.
mean, they have symphonic concerts of the freaking music.
It's so good.
yeah, it's like
Dream
no.
Whales.
Yeah,
Okay?
Ah,
Zelda DS.
yeah.
ah. Sorry.
My partner
Yeah,
was
and-
in Serbia not too long ago, and he actually went to a symphonic concert of Neon Genesis Evangelion. So, which tripped me out because I had no idea he was going, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing there?" He's like, "What the
Yeah.
heck? It's so
Toei
cool."
owns them now, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
Toei's built like building in Japan. They have a new logo. It's
Yeah.
Godzilla, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and one of the robots of Evangelion on the side of a building. And I'm like,
Nice.
America's
Wow.
doing it wrong. This is
Yeah.
how you. This is what you
I would
do.
love to do that. I would love to go to one of those for Yamato. You know, that would be
Oh.
amazing to see that a symphonic concert of that.
If people
That's
even
something
knew
we'll
what
do
we
for a
were
long time.
talking about, Mark. It's-
Like, I think there was was there one final thing you?
um,
It was the Mario, and then there was one other thing you wanted to bring up.
Barry's great.
Was that it?
Body.
Body?
I'd sing the Jeopardy song, but you know.
Oh, well, we're a week away from. Well, not a week away, but next week is Jedi Survivor. So
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
Survivor.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And no
on a
one here
Friday.
is excited about it.
So the following week, I'll probably do it for BX and be like, all right, let's do this. Let's get our mullet on. Mullet's happening, by the way. Mullet's going down. Mullet costume, some sort of handlebar mustache situation. Fourth show dirt is happening.
Looking forward to seeing what you guys, what people think of it. You know what I mean? Because it's interesting just to, hear about it on the outside. Because you hear people talking about it, what they're looking forward to, and what they hope for. So
and
I'm looking forward to seeing what the verdict is.
They made it prettier looking too. Like, holy crap! It's like people are like people now. It's like nuts. Like Deborah Wilson is like there. You're Deborah Wilson. Like I can see you. Like it's it's. Man, we come a long way since Mario.
Yeah. So I just wanted to. We're talking about Jedi Survivor, and it's funny you said that, Mike, because I made something tonight that I wanted to share with everybody about when Chris is playing Fallen Order when the spiders came. So it was I just made up a little something for him.
Was so scared. Oh my god, I almost died. I was so scary.
Yes!
We're amazing.
Yes! Put that on TikTok right now, Chris.
Look.
Oh my god.
Tag me.
That is amazing.
Yes, put that on the right now, dude. You have to make Proaxium own that.
That is such a
And
good
he
one.
used the helmet shot. Shut up,
Oh
dude.
Yes, the
Incredible.
GoPro shot.
Trash my house.
Oh. Chris keeps knocking them out of the park every time.
I will eat last on this show.
Oh my god.
Call the ambulance.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Call the ambulance.
Wow.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Jedi Survivor, man. Oh, did you hear about Battlefield 3 being 99% done before EA pulled the plug? What a company.
Whoa.
It came out yesterday. The dude who ran it with it on Twitter and lost it. He was like, yeah, my game was 1% away from being gold.
Oh.
So that's why
What the hell? What happens with all that though? It just toss it aside like they did the Batgirl film. I mean, it's take
Here's
a
the
loss
thing about
on it.
EA. EA is so big; they have so many subdivisions, and EA is still making a first-person Star Wars game by Respawn, the people who do Apex Legends, and then DICE just the reception for Battlefield was really bad, and they probably were let's pull it, and we're gonna just give it to Respawn. You have the most successful first-person battle royale game next to Warzone right now, so it's and what's the game? Fortnite. Yeah, that one. Legos. Lego Squirt Gun. Vegeta, Mandalorian, Dragon Ball Z. That's what the game is. It's just fun.
So, just like the one that the Chris thing, I was messing around with pictures and CapCut, and I think I told you this story, and Chris was here when I told this story about Pete Fletzer, and we waited for a freaking hour. And I think I showed you guys this. Did I show you guys this one?
Yes, you
I
did.
saw it earlier.
Yeah, I showed the chat too. This is Pete when we forget.
I called for help twice and not a fuck you, what do you need, or nothing.
I saw that.
Why is Tiger King still funny?
It'll never stop.
That dude is the fun. I can watch his clips, and I just every time.
Digging. My favorite thing in the world. That ain't you, man. Come on.
That was COVID. That was freaking top
COVID was a
COVID.
wild time, wasn't it?
Top
It
COVID
was.
lockdown,
I
man.
bought a sim rig. It was wild.
Oh boy. Well, we're just about at an hour, and we had a great conversation about the finale, Mario Brothers, and Chris and his fear of spiders.
Yeah.
And thank
I
you
need-
so much for this
Woo!
awesome PooDoo
Yeah.
shirts
Go buy
Oh.
one.
and your Creed Axe Woes video. Amazing.
Dude, so good.
Fantastic.
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 So
That's a
withered.
mental maneuver on its own.
Who's going to Return of the Jedi next weekend, by the way?
Chris, go put if
I
he's there. If he has
I'd like
the
to.
link available, throw it in the chat. But yeah, let's go around. And Claire, where can people find you? What are you up to?
Well, you can find me on the Imperial Senate podcast. We're on Twitter at Imp Senate Pod, on Instagram at Imperial Senate Pod, and on TikTok at the Imperial Senate Podcast. But just check our link tree in any of those bios. We have a new episode about to come out, our post-celebration, post-Mando finale recap. So that will be out soon, very soon. And other than that, you can catch me doing quick shots of Dr. Aphra. Got one coming up for May the 4th, as does every other Star Wars comic in the world. And I'm very excited about it. So check that out. And then follow me, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere at CStribs.
Nice. Raven, you have an Instagram or something, right?
I'm like,
Yeah,
We tell people
you
now.
know, you can find me here, under your bed on occasion, in the closet on occasion, just for fun, you know, change it up a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Mark, what about you, buddy?
I'm here on Sundays, of course, and on Twitter and Instagram at I am El Diablito.
Michael,
Hey,
I had an idea.
oh, do you?
Maybe we could retry this Tuesday.
Oh, I got it, Dan.
I promise I'll be prepared. Please.
I got this. You rest a little hat because
I don't want to rest. I want to try it
because
again.
on this Tuesday, hopefully, Dan Miller here is going to turn on his computer at 6 p.m. and to make sure that everything is ready for 9 p.m. so that we can have a show.
I forgot I had patch updates.
And he's going to play The Last of Us,
hopefully.
Lord willing. Gee, I hope. Everyone,
I hope so too, Mike.
throw salt over your shoulder, or whatever the superstition you have, or knock on wood, or help a
Some
broom, or-
sage might help. I mean,
Yeah, burn a little
Everybody
sage.
send him lucky rabbit foots.
We're hoping. Hopes are high,
bad.
you know. And 9 p.m. I'll be sitting here doing this, and hopefully Dan will be like, "Oh my god, a clicker," and I'll be like, "Yeah, that sucks."
you're gonna be like Abs in that one episode of Tiny
Mike,
Toons waiting
right.
at the theater.
Or it's going to be a loading screen. This man shared the loading screen, and he thought it was a good idea. Just have to see the progress. I'm like, Jesus. What are you, a busy father or something?
What could you possibly have been doing?
Someone is a screaming new child in your arms. God.
Oh no,
We lost him.
The baby did come in afterwards a little bit, but
There's no water in this class.
anyway, yes, Tuesday night. Check us out, BX Gaming. You can find me at Stand Target 42. You can find me here Sundays, 9 o'clock, Shoot the PooDoo live, and all of the awesome content we have at Bro Axiom, the Dandalorian. I wrap up the last 3 episodes I missed because I became a father, with one favorite moment from each of those 3 episodes instead of 3 moments from 1 episode. And then I did a season wrap up of one top moment that I loved. So check that out when it comes out. Chris, our Jedi video editor, is on it, so that will come out when he is ready. And And thank you, Chris, again for all of that. And
And I swear to God,
may the force be with you and all that good stuff. We will see you guys next week. So yeah, bye.
Impressive. Most impressive. That's it.